what's up? We got some people in here. YouTube's changed its streaming setup a little bit, so you probably got me a little bit early. I hope you can all hear me though. Can't stay long, but keep rocking. So suggest a song, Defcon Clark, and I'll play it because I need to warm up. How's everybody been? Safe, prosperous, I hope. Rust it is. Let's start with that one. Okie dokie. That's Rust. Thank you for the request. Glad I got that one in. What let me just, that was not the best place to have my foot controller while I'm trying to do this. I need to move that over. This is better. This is more like the way I would use that live. Whoa, where's the live chat gone? That song doesn't get old for me yet, because probably, well, it's not the most recent thing we put out, but there's only one other song that's come out more recently, so what's going on? Throw down some lynch mob. Let's see. In drop C, so probably not the best, but... I don't know, something like that. That's kind of shocking. Alright. So easy once you get used to it recording. They are wonderful. Someone's replying to someone. Ha! Awesome. Well done, James Putnam Jr. You've got an Axe FX. That's what I'm playing through right now. And yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Alright, what should I play next? Legends? There's some Sykes anyway. What Whitesnake song is that? These headphones are... What are these? Audio-Technica ATH-M50X headphones. Well, follow the leader is a great suggestion. Let's do that one. Because that's the most recent one. And it starts with bass, so I can do... I'm juggling a bunch of windows at the moment. I'm going to turn my mic off, and then I'll do it. solo in that I didn't quite nail. There's always that run that... should be... Nope. What is it? Something like that, but I have to get back into it. I should do that live. That would make more sense. Let me just play that again quickly, see if I can... Remember how to play a solo that I wrote. There it is. There we go. Something like that anyway. Back to the chat, now that you've all seen what's going on there. Do you know any Dream Theater or Symphony X? Tony Diaz, this is a Ragdoll song called Follow the Leader. Follow the Leader. Hey GT, I hope you're alright, man. The Muakali. I have the, don't have the Jewel, but I've done a review with the Kali Mark III and the Friedman one as well. They're pretty good. I keep one in my guitar bag. I'm using the Axe FX 3 here, for whoever was asking, and somebody correctly guessed that Whitesnake song. Well done. That's awesome. So yeah, that kind of solo, thinking of stuff like that, I'm never thinking of like the specific notes I play. It's always where am I and how do I get to where I need to go. So do I know any Dream Theater or Symphony X? Symphony X, definitely. something like that anyway. For really have not practiced that one in a little while, but that's one of my favorite tapping licks. That's from a song called Sea of Lies. So yeah, Romeo's pretty good, hey. So Daniel Mikolov, the Axe-Fx isn't powered. You need a power amp to drive a cabinet, or you need a powered speaker. So I've got a Matrix. I got one right around the time I got an Axe-Fx so that I could use a traditional guitar cab. But most of the time we use in-ears, or I have an Atomic CLR, which is a powered full range web. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I imagine those little Moors would be perfect as a, you know, just that into the effects return of whatever cab you get as backline, whenever, whenever touring resumes in the next decade or something like that. Right on, let's play another song. Let's see. What song do I need to practice? Solo and Save Me is a good one. That's kind of got a similar thing. Similar Dorian blues, pentatonic madness thing. Let's do this one. Everyone you claim That's a good one. That's a good little tune-up song right there. So, I think that's one of my just favorite blues licks right there is bending the fifth up to the minor seventh. Something like that. Anyway, oh, I should check the score in the cricket. What's going on? How are the Aussies going? Not bad. Not great either. That's, yeah, that's cool. Where are we at in this stream? What questions do you all have? Ask me something about these songs. Arthur Cox has a question, and so does Axeman, and so does James Putnam Jr. Do you know The Secret or anything by DGM? I don't. I should check some of that out. Clearly, favorite humbucker pickups. I don't really have favorites. These sound great in here. I've got some Fishman Fluences in my McCarty. I've got some Duncans in a few other guitars. Depends on the guitar. Arthur Cox, I'm going to get to your question in a second. What are your favorite humbucker pickups? I just answered that. How much delay do you use live on solos? This much delay. Which sounds like heaps. Sounds like a lot of delay. But it's like when you hear it in the context of the mix, like if I crank that song on again, the rest of the band just kind of eats up that delay, so you need a lot of it. So yeah, someone is zooming past. You really have to go hard with the delay for something like that. Seven Empest, God, I definitely can't play that. That was a song called "Save Me" by my band, Ragdoll. What riff have I written that I'm most proud of? I got to answer Arthur Cox's question. So, any chance you can explain a bit about your floating picking technique? This kind of stuff. I wouldn't say it's floating because my hand's in contact with the bridge the whole time. I have a Sir Aldrich in something. I forget what I have it in, but it's here. Doug Pinnick is 70. I can't believe that. He's like 70 going on 33 or something. The dude's in good shape and he's still singing great. So for me, like mostly like, you know, if you watch Paul Gilbert, that explains my picking technique basically. This lick explains my picking technique. All that kind of stuff, which I kind of grew up playing. And for me, I guess it really all... This little bone that you have here, whatever that is, the wrist bone, is that a thing? There's like a little bony lump there. That's always in contact with the bridge for me. So whether I'm doing, you know, whether I'm muting, whether I'm playing like sweeping stuff, or hybrid stuff. So yeah, I would recommend if you're familiar with Troy Grady's stuff. Like naturally for me, I'm a bit of an upward pick slanter, so I do lots of work on downward pick slanting stuff, just to try to get that thing happening. But yeah, other than that, it's just trying not to move too much. As I do a little bit of hybrid picking, which might explain why my right hand doesn't move much. And if you take a lick like this, oh, thank you so much, Alec. Yeah, I will put a link if you're a Spotify man, or actually I'm just going to put it in here. I'll put our Bandcamp in here. That's the band. Yeah, I don't know if that was an explanation at all, Arthur, but yeah, it's from watching Paul Gilbert's Intense Rock 1 video about 1,000 times. Adelaide, what do I think of Cherry Tone amps? I like them a lot. A lot of the time, I think that's what Marshall should be doing, is what Cherry Tone are doing with their hot rodded amps. Build quality's fantastic. My molecular is down at the studio, so friend of the channel, Troy Nababan, is putting that one through its paces on a session, which is kind of cool that it's getting used. Yeah, I think they're really, really great. For us in Australia, stuff is always so darn expensive and hard to find. But because they're in Malaysia, it's right above us, so stuff ships pretty quickly, and yeah, I'm a big fan. The all-access plexi they've done looks really cool. Let me see. When writing something you plan to play live, do you generally go to the edge of your ability, or do you keep it simple? That's a pretty good question. What's a good example of something I really had to work hard on? Kind of a lot of the songs. Mostly for me, the songs have been, by the time we actually play something live, they've been percolating around for a long time. So, I mean, a song like Rust, I probably wrote that riff, God, that's a good question, probably in 2017, and then we spent a bunch of time workshopping it, and then rearranging it, and then we started recording it in 2018. It came out in 2019. So it's like a long cycle, and by then I've normally kind of ironed out all the kinks and figured out how to play stuff. The stuff for me that's hard live isn't necessarily any of the shreddy stuff. Like if you were watching earlier, you know, the solo in Rust, there's a section right in it with that lick, and the really hard thing is actually just a, it's not just a, which is probably how I play it live sometimes, but so I find that stuff's normally cool. But it's like if I'm playing a song that has lots of bar chords or something like that, like if, for example, you know, if you've ever played Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman, just those seventh chords, do that for 5 minutes, that canes. Do you rehearse here? Yeah, when we rehearse here. So you can see there's a drum kit right behind the couch, which is, we've basically rehearsed here forever. So that's one of Cam's kits, which is pretty cool. It's red. Sounds really good. Yeah, and now that we're on ears, it's like, you know, the room's got a bit of soundproofing in most of the corners. Now that we're on ears, it's pretty convenient. Cam has an electric kit at his house, so we can rehearse there as well. And we've done some rehearsing online using a program called Jam Kazam, which is kind of interesting. Now, there was a question before this. What riff am I most proud of? Not really riffs or anything like that. Probably, I'd just say songs. Probably Shine. I should play that one next. That's one of my favorite songs. That's probably my favorite Ragdoll song. Realistically, if I was going to show someone, you know, what do we do, I would show them that. I really like the lyrics. I really like the melodies. I'm more a melody guy than anything else. But in terms of a riff, Follow the Leader's really cool. I really like that one. There's another Ragdoll song called Heaven Above that I really like the guitar part in. I can play that one as well. Ooh, I can retune my guitar with the Axe effects and play that one. So maybe I'll play Shine. Did you use any vintage Fractal amps or the modern Fractal amps? You know what? There was Follow the Leader has a little bit of firmware 3 for the Axe FX 3 on it. That's how vintage that one is. But then some of the overdubs were like firmware, I don't know, 8 or something like that. So there's a bit of vintage and modern. What is your dream guitar? Basically this. If PRS were like, hey, we want to make you a signature guitar, I would just say, just copy this, and I'll have it in a couple of different colors, and thank you very much. Maybe without birds, because I like the birds on this, but I know people aren't super into birds, so vintage firmware. Thanks, Larry. It's Larry Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen. Going yeah, it's a secret to good tone. You got to use the firmware before the most recent one. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'll play Shine for you guys because I like this song because of the vocals. Ryan's amazing, and I really like the way Cam's drum parts on this one, because he turned it from something that my demo was just kind of plotty and dinosaurish, and he played a beautiful dynamic drum part on it that really kind of helps make the song, I think. So we'll do that.
We are waiting for the sun to shine. Shed my skin, lift the darkness from my eyes. No more tears to cry. Like a broken path, very deep.
letting out your inner Zach Wild, is that? So yeah, that's you know, I love the Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell record, and I obviously love like No More Tears, like Zach era Aussie, that sort of thing. So they're the two things in there, and there's a bit of Ty Tabor and Alex Lifeson with those. How many layers of guitar is that on the record? That was, what was that? Probably my old dual rectifier. Probably 4, with maybe a few other things on there. Yeah, and the ending is like, you know, it's make them Klingon birds. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that whole record was minimum like quad track. There's probably a couple of different layers on there as well. What was I going to say? Something about pinched harmonics, something clever. I've lost my train of thought. Hey, hello from England. Hello from 11 p.m. Australia. What I'm going to do... Can you break down each layer for us? Yeah, so there would have been this guitar into a clon style pedal, into my dual rectifier, into a Marshall cab with V30s, 57 121 421 combination. The IR that I've got of that cab is that same mic setup. So yeah, it was that recto. So it probably sounds a bit more like this if you isolated that track. I'll just mute my mic so you can all hear this. So that would be one double, and then there was a slightly more mid-rangey amp, and from memory, I can't remember, we had a whole bunch of amps. It was either my DSL, or it was Troy has a Splawn Nitro, and the Nitro sounded really good with the rectifier, but I'm going to guess it was the DSL, so it probably sounded a little bit more like this. The Friedman BE C45 in the Axe-Fx sounds a lot like my old DSL, so like it's got more of that lower mid-range thing going on, and that would have been, so a double of that, a double of the recto, and then there's, like you can hear in the chorus, there's a, so it's going, there's a part that goes, yeah, something like that. So you're getting the root of that chord, the minor third of that chord, the major third of that, no, the root of that, and what is that then, the ninth? So there was that in there, and then that's about all I remember. There was also probably, this is a fun trick to go full nerd, go back to the other patch. So my approximation of all of that is, which is like a slightly, this is my live preset, so doing a different thing. But there was almost definitely something like this where you take a sound and you just crank a fuzz face in front of it, real nasty, and just play the... play single notes, basically doubling the bass, but with a disgusting sounding, I didn't have the fuzz on. Sounds like basically, you know, sleep or something. So yeah, there was definitely that kind of thing going on there. And then always some kind of octave parts. So yeah, something like that, I want to say. But yeah, for live, I just I use the Mark series because it feels good to play. So this is in a basement basically. So yeah, and like a big part of that guitar sound on the record is the way it's mixed. You know, using I forget how Troy mixed this one, but there would have been some special sauce on there. Yeah, I should do a video with Troy because I've done videos with Troy, but I'd always ask him to break down what we do. So we should probably pull one of those songs apart, and if he's generous enough to give away some of the secrets, that would be pretty cool. How do I set the input when I use VST amps? I have an Apollo Twin, and it's got a guitar input, and I just plug into that, and I don't touch anything else, and that's pretty good. Ezra himself. We played in Germany in 2016, Ezra himself, and had the best time there. Where did we play? In Hamburg? That was cool. That was a very, very cool place. A breakdown of Break You. Yeah. What's my favorite song to play? I think I just played it. Shine's really cool because the other guys in the band do wicked stuff, and I just get to stand there and, you know, love it, basically. Where else are we at? So, I'll do something for you guys. I'm going to use the Axe Effects to retune my guitar. And the pitch block is so good, you probably won't notice that I'm not playing in the tuning I'm playing in. So I'm currently in drop C. I'm going to pitch it up using the virtual capo. So check this out. You'll hear it normal, then you hear it pitched up. again, I can turn that block off. And I'm back down where my guitar is actually tuned. So that's a pretty fantastic feature. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, Troy made me downpick it in the studio. I was actually being quite lazy there, and I was alternate picking a lot of that, but live I really tried out. Really go for it like that. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. Having a problem myself when the amps aren't UAD energy, they have to set the input, which is why I asked. Honestly, when I've demoed those things, I haven't touched anything, so I didn't realize that. What volume am I playing at? 0, because I have headphones on, and my monitors aren't on. So yeah, this is probably just sounds like me going and. Yeah, that's interesting. I probably should play around with that a little bit more. Yeah, I really like the groove in that one. That one's just like total winger, Van Halen, all the good stuff in there. While I've got this pitch block on, this might be the last thing I do as well. It's getting late here, and I'm gonna be up in the morning to do some teaching. I want to play you guys this intro at least for this song. I really, really like this riff, and see if you can figure out what's special about the tonality here with the notes I'm playing.
A vow of silence, line in the sand, blood on my hands. Are you to question my silent conviction, dire addiction? Hope is to surrender. You are impossible, never responsible. No, it's not an option. You are the answer. Enchanted. I have fallen from the heights of your heaven above. You were lying when you cried, torn and broken for love. Lay with me, unleash me, burn down our love, just let me go. Broken, bleeding in the dark where you left me so long.
That one goes on for a little bit, but you get the idea. So, so who can guess the cool thing about the melody there? Siddharth, what I would recommend is, why not both? Why not do a bit of JavaScript and pay the bills, and or use that to buy cool guitars and play them? You know, like that meme with the tacos. What was I going to say? So yeah, yeah, very well done, Des Sherwood. Ooh, that's gonna clash quite nastily. Yeah, so the melody on the way up uses a major third. But on the way back down, it's minor pentatonic. So it's like asymmetric. That's pretty cool. I don't use a power amp and cab. I've got an Atomic CLR here, and normally I don't even use that. Normally I use in-ears. So, thanks, Frank. Rhythm playing is, you know, so overlooked as a source of creativity. Yeah. So that scale, you know, using a minor pentatonic but with a major pentatonic, you can call it the dominant pentatonic because it obviously works great over. But a lot of people call it the Indian pentatonic because of its resemblance to certain ragas. So Salvatore, I'm using Audio-Technica ATH50Xs, and they sound good. I'm happy with that. You know, headphones are headphones. At the end of the day, it's very much a personal preference. So I'm pretty used to these ones. Yeah, but yeah, rhythm playing. It's, you know, everyone thinks about lead playing as the only way to be melodic and creative, but rhythm playing, there's so much you can do with it. You know, even if you're in a drop tuning and you're playing power chords, just do that and add the open G string or something. There's a lot you can do with that kind of stuff. That's so cool to know. I mean this, like, it means a lot to know that the videos that I make with these devices actually helps people. That's super cool. The idea that I've made someone's day a little bit more enjoyable is, that's cool. Thanks. Enjoy that one. Out of curiosity, what string gauge? These are Elixir. These ones. 10 to 52s. As you can see, I stock up on them and I try to buy them cheap on eBay when the Aussie dollar's a bit better. So the stereoizer. I'm almost okay. So there's a cool alternative to the stereoizer, which is cool. But so this is my live preset. Most of the time, sound guys just connect you in mono. So this is, I mean, it has the ability to run in stereo, but I normally use mono. But there was a cool trick that I picked up on the forum from Cooper Carter, who is amazing at what he does. And, you know, the TC Electronic Mimic, this is his take on the TC Electronic Mimic using the pitch detune and some random LFOs attached to the levels. So you get this. I'll turn the mic off. It sounds wide. Really cool. Complete with a bad Eric Johnson impression. All right, let me do this. So yeah, I don't use a stereoizer, but you should look up that mimic, and do it, because I've got a preset with it, just in case I ever get the luxury of running stereo live to make it sound big. The SPDIF, yeah, it is quieter. I noticed that, so I just basically do what you're doing there. I have the output knob all the way up and just kind of roll with it. It's still good to record with. The OptiWebs, I actually did a video on them. I kind of came to the conclusion that I like the kind of slick coded feel on the Nanos, but the Optis are really good. Like, if you don't like coded strings, Optis are the coded string for you. Yeah, so basically playing with headphones is a compromise. I didn't like it for a long time. I'm still not crazy about it. It's the okayest experience ever. I will turn my studio monitors on at any chance. In-ears, same kind of thing. You know, it's more about consistency there. But I have a 500 millisecond reverb on everything. So this is dry, and then with a bit of reverb, there's just like the tiniest little bit of decay. But if you're using the Axe FX, I like the Recording Studio C. Alright, Siddharth, take care. And play some guitar. Play some guitar and stay in touch. I would love to know how you go with it. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, the Optis. That's, I think they're probably like the gateway string. I should say hi to Alex AOR as well from Italy. I hope you're doing well there, man. Right, guys, I am gonna call it. I gotta, you know, go to bed and get up in the morning and teach them guitar. So, this is a great question to finish on. What part of your playing would you like to improve the most? I am always practicing. The main thing for me is like the downward pick slant stuff to improve my picking. For me, it's just I want to put in as little effort as possible when I'm playing. I almost don't want to think about playing, just so I can do the music, if that makes sense. You know, so that I can just get the sounds in my head out. That's kind of the one thing. But you know, probably legato playing, because I love Alan Holdsworth and you know, guys like Tom Quayle and, you know, Jack Gardner, Jake Wilson, all these guys, Rick Graham, who do this ridiculous legato stuff. And you know, it's definitely an art, you know. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Especially Larry. It's great to hear from you, man. I look forward to hearing your new music. And to everybody else, Dan and Mike, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. The one thing I was going to add, the other technique I've been working on is that Tosin Abasi selective picking stuff. All that kind of stuff. It's really, really fun. That, and there's a bunch of tapping stuff, and the thump stuff, and the tap, and the slap, and the... There's, you know, it's there's just so much cool guitar stuff happening at the moment, and stuff that's not even a guitar, like listening to singers from other cultures and trying to imitate their inflections and things like that. It's yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna call it. Stay safe and Be kind. Be kind, rewind. I didn't play Rewind Your Mind. I should play that one next time. Alright, peace.